Hello everyone, welcome to the game between Nodirbek Yakubboev and Pranav. The game began with the standard king's pawn opening, quickly transitioning into a sharp tactical line: e4, e5, knight f3, knight to c6, d4, e takes d4, knight takes d4, knight to f6, knight takes c6, b takes c6, e5. This is the critical juncture leading directly to the Scotch game. White immediately sacrifices the structural integrity of black's queenside pawn. The doubled c-pawns for superior center control, imposing the e-pawn. So black replies with queen to e7, pinning the pawn, and white played queen to e2, unpinning the pawn and threatening the knight. So the knight moves forward with knight to d5, and Nodirbek played c4, again attacking the knight. And in this position, Pranav played a beautiful move, bishop to a6, pinning this pawn. Then white played queen, uh, knight to d2. Now there are two defenders to the pawn. f6, trying to open the e-file. g3, trying to fianchetto the bishop. f takes c5, bishop g2, knight to f6. The knight goes back to its initial square. White castled, queen to e6, a3, defending this move, bishop to bishop to b4, and also trying to play the b4 move. Bishop to c5, pinning this pawn, b4, attacking this bishop, bishop to d4, threatening the rook. Now rook has to move, so rook to b1. Now I think if he plays any move instead of rook to b8, if it doesn't plays rook to b8 and plays any other move, we can just go pawn to b5, takes again, threatening this bishop, so the bishop has to go back, and so on. But Pranav played rook to b8, then bishop to b2, trading off the bishops. No, I have to mention the one point that trading off black's good bishop with white's bad bishop. Like in these positions, white's bishop is fully locked, can't go anywhere. And black's in this position, black's bishop has many options. Like his full diagonal squares are open for him, but white's diagonal squares are not open. So white traded off the bishops, takes back with the rook, and then black castled. Now in these positions, black Rook to c1, white played rook to c1, c5, knight to b3, trying to cap. Uh, this is a tactical move, a very, very tactical move. If he takes here, then we can jump onto the c5 square, threatening the queen and the bishop, and we can take back the pawn. So c takes b4, knight to c5, queen d6, a takes b4, bishop to c8, goes back with the bishop, rook to a1, putting the rook in the open file and threatening the a7 pawn. a6 played, h3, trying to gain space in the king side. Queen e7, queen to e1, rook b6, knight to f4, rook d6, rook e2, then queen to f7. But in this position, rook e8 was best. Whatever, anyway, black plays queen to f7, then rook takes e5, queen takes c4, rook c5, attacking the queen, queen to d4, rook takes c7, rook to e6, queen d1, trying to trade off the queens. Because by trading off the pieces, he has firstly he have winning chances. So he's trying to trade off the pieces, trade off the other pieces. But he doesn't take the queen, and he instead of that he takes the b4 pawn, which is a blunder. Queen to c2, rook to b1 was the best as engine. Queen to c6, trying to trade off this very active rook on the 7th rank. Bishop takes c6, d takes c6, queen takes c6, bishop takes h3. He just takes a free pawn. Knight to c3, trying to open this file by taking this a6 pawn. h6, queen takes a6, knight to g4, another blunder. Queen to e6 check, king h8. Now queen to d7, threatening a mate in 1. Rook to g8. Now white plays rook to a8, and now checkmate is unavoidable. So black resigns.